All right, we've talked about where we are right now. We've talked about what that means for buyers. We've talked about what that means for sellers. Now, the all important question that everybody's wondering, and we're going to take a shot at it: what happens next in the shift of 2022 in the world of real estate? This is Steve Malone Realty Group, EXP in Atlanta. All right, so as we've been talking about all week, the mortgage rates have gone crazy, and that has been the domino that's fallen and really brought a quieting or a shuffling, kind of a, I don't know, kind of a balance, let's say, to the force of real estate, so to speak. The rates getting past 6% has scared a lot of buyers out of the pool. This has been the thing that's kicked off, and we've been expecting that once we got into late summer, early fall, we'd have something happen, or just the seasonality of it would slow down the market. Well, that slowdown's come much faster. A lot of buyers are out of the pool. But we've been talking about it all week. It's a great time for buyers. It's still a great time for sellers. The market is not unhealthy. We're in a healthy market. The reality is, over the last several years, it's been a crazy market. Now we're coming back to some normalcy. That's good. It's like a pressure cooker that we have one in our kitchen, and when it's done cooking, you can let it just kind of simmer down, or you can hit the vent button and it goes psh, and it lets all the steam off. That's what happened. That's what happened last week. So, what is going to happen next? Because that's really one of the more important questions. Is all right. It's great right here. What's going to happen next? So, let's talk about all the different things that we're expecting. So, number one, let's talk about home prices. All right, home prices have shot up to this point. From this point to the end of the year, I really think that we're going to see home prices go up, but not quite as steeply. I think everybody, kind of worries that home prices are going to go down. And we covered this in several videos. You can go back and see a bunch of them. Covered it just yesterday. Home prices are not going to go down. Okay, we don't have enough homes on the market. You go all the way back to 08, 09 when you had a whole boatload of houses on the market and no buyers. That's what brought all the home prices down. When you had a lot of foreclosures, you had a lot of pre-foreclosures, things like that, it just brought the market down because you had an oversupply and a huge lack of buyers. What do we have now? We have, when we talk about the number of homes that we have on the market, if we quadrupled the number of homes we have on the market, we might be close to a balanced market. And in a balanced market, home prices still go up slightly. Okay, so if we quadruple the number of homes we have on the market right now, we would still be in somewhat of a balanced market. The home prices still go up. So we're not going to quadruple the number of homes we have on the market, not for a while. It's been since probably 2013, 2014, so we've had that many homes on the market. So what do you think is going to happen to home prices? They're going to keep going up. The difference is they're not going to go up 19, 20% a year like they've been the last couple years. That's crazy town. That's where we've been living, in crazy town, USA. It doesn't happen. That's not supposed to happen that way. It's going to return to a little bit more normalcy. I think that from this point forward, maybe we're talking about another maybe 5% for the year. It's probably been 10% so far. So I think when we look at the year on the whole, we may be looking like 10 to 15%, but definitely most of that's going to be in the front half of the year with just a little bit in the back half of the year. But still, home prices are going to go up between now and the end of the year. So if you're worried about home prices going down and real estate being a bad investment, there's no, anything in the market. There's no stat, there's no data, there's nothing in the market right now that is indicating home prices are about to come down, okay? Really, in the last 80, 90 years, only one time have the home prices completely collapsed. We all know when that happened, and the reality was that was not a recession that caused a housing crisis, it was a housing crisis that caused the recession, okay? So that was 08, 09, kind of a once-in-a-lifetime, hopefully, situation, but is nothing like that right now. So home prices are going to keep going up. There you go. Number two, number of homes on the market. That being said, they're going to go up. Now, they're not going to go up substantially. A lot of people are thinking to themselves, right, this is an okay time to buy because some stuff's coming on. We'll start looking, things like that. Lock-in effect is a serious thing. What do I mean by that? People are locked in to their rate, okay? If you have a 2.5, and I've talked to several people like this the last couple of days, if you have a 2.5, 3% rate and you really don't have to move, why am I moving to buy a house that's probably a little more expensive at a rate that's like over 6%? I'm not doing it. Now, if I have to move because I'm moving out of state for a job, or I have to move because I have to downsize, or I have to get from a 2-level to a ranch because my knees are shot. If I have to move, I move. But if this is just I think it'd be kind of cool to have a new house. It's not happening right now. If you have a 2.5% mortgage, to go to a 6.25% or 6.5% mortgage, it's probably not going to happen. So for that reason, we're going to have more homes, but it's not going to be an overwhelming supply. I think that the other thing is what we're going to start to see is a lot of these institutional investors that have been buying up these rental properties, they may slow down now. They've been with us, they've been buying a lot of properties, but with the home prices not going to appreciate as considerably as they have been, I think that what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of those investors pull back. So that might give us some more. So it's going to be worth watching, seeing, and I do think that we're going to have a home price, or the number of homes on the market, I should say, continue to go up. So more homes on the market. So home prices are going to go up. Number of homes on the market are going to go up. What's going to happen to the rates? Okay, so the rates shot up. Now, the Feds, all right, so this is, again, we need to just clarify this. The Feds did not raise the mortgage interest rates, okay? The Feds raised the prime rate, okay, that banks use when they talk about lending money, okay? Now, the mortgage rates kind of run in parallel with the Fed rates. They also run in anticipation of the Fed rates, okay? So the mortgage rates knew that the Feds were going to make moves. They're kind of running with them. Now, the Feds kind of shocked them on Friday, June 10th, because I think the inflation numbers were a little higher than they were expecting. And the Fed said, well, instead of going up a half point on Tuesday, we got to go up 3/4 of a point on Tuesday. And that freaked out the real estate, or the mortgage market. So the mortgage market shot up right away on that Friday and into the Monday. Before the Feds made any move, the mortgage rates already went those 3/4 of a point. They went up to 6.25 and got closer to 6.5. Once the Feds dropped or put the rates up on Tuesday, the reality was there was a little bit of relaxing in the mortgage market. There were some people that were thinking that the Feds may actually go up one whole basis point. They only went up 3/4 of a basis point. So because they didn't go the whole one, that actually brought a little steam off of the mortgage rate market. The mortgage rates actually came down a hair when the Feds came up 3/4 of a point, which was kind of weird. But if you know how everything works, that's how it works. The mortgage rates run in anticipation of what the Feds are going to do. Okay. Now that being said, mortgage rates are looking at what the Feds are going to do. They're talking about the Feds, by the time it's all said and done, they're going to probably go up another 2.5 to 3 basis points between now and the time where they finally feel like they're going to be on top of the inflation curve. That's already kind of baked into the mortgage rates. Okay. They know where the inflation numbers are likely going to be at the end of, at the beginning part of July. And if they're appreciably higher than that, then all bets are off. Then they go up. But I think that the mortgage rates have a lot of that baked in, not only where the Fed rates are now, but in anticipation where they're going not only next month, but really over the next several months. It's already kind of baked into the pie. Now, again, if the inflation is much higher than expected, the rates will likely go up. But I think that we have a better grasp now of where the inflation is going. So that being said, is there some room for the mortgage rates to run up? Maybe a little bit. I don't think they get to 7. That's my thought. They're past 6. 6 has really brought a huge hammer on the market as far as number of buyers. I think if it gets to 7, the buyers are really going to back out. So I think that a lot of forces are going to be in place to hold those rates below 7. I think 6.5, 6.75 are probably the highest they're going to go. And then they're going to pull back a little bit. And into next year, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of rates 5s to low 6s in that range. Okay, with probably just a steady, very calm drop in the rates through the 5s. Okay, so 6.25 now, probably something 5.25 by the end of next year. That's going to be my guess. Again, it's going to kind of waver a little bit. It's not going to move a whole lot probably through summertime. When you look at some of the inflation numbers, when you look at kind of the history of why that is, the rates aren't going to meander a whole lot over the next 4 months. They're going to hold in the 6s. Then I think through December and in the springtime, they come down through the 6s and into the 5s. That's my guess. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. I'm not an economist. I just play one on TV. Here I am. So that's what the rates are going to do. And then I think once you get into 2024, believe it or not, as we get closer to the election, I think the rates may actually get into the 4s at that point. Do I think we're going to see 2s again? I don't know. But I think that people who are in the 2s are more likely to make a move if we can get a rate in the 4s than if we can get a rate of 6s. Okay, so that being said, again, we're going to meander where we are. fall slowly into the fives next year, end up in the low fives by the end of next year, in the fours by the time we get towards the election. We'll see if that all plays out. All right, so what else I had to write all this down because I can't remember. The market, it's still going to be a seller's market. We've been talking about this. We've been beating this drum. It's worth beating it again. Again, if we could quadruple the amount of homes on the market right now with the number of buyers we have in the market, we'd be in a balanced market, not a buyer's market, balanced market. That's how low the inventory is right now. We're not going to quadruple. We're going to add homes. We're going to remove buyers. But we're going from a super califragilistic, expialidocious market to just a strong seller's market, okay? In a strong seller's market, if it's priced right and it looks the part, it will sell. You could probably even get multiple offers. But if you're buying in this market, yeah, you're probably going to have to play full price if it's the right house, but you're going to get a chance to do an inspection. You're going to get a chance to even ask for things in the inspection. Okay, this is not a bad thing. This is a healthy thing for real estate. Home prices going up 20%, maybe in some areas have been 25% year over year. Not having inspections, not having appraisals, just crazy town USA type real estate is not healthy for the market. Now that we're back here, we're in a healthier market now, and I think that I think that that's good, but make no mistake about it. This is not a buyer's market, and it's going to be a very long time because we have the lack of new construction over the last 10 to 15 years, and it just continues to stay slow because of just shortages or like bottlenecks in the supply chain. COVID slowed things down coming out of the recession. We haven't been able to build enough houses to keep up with demand. Okay. We had to build a whole bunch of houses to get caught up to where we're supposed to be. I don't know when that happens. I don't see us being out of a seller's market for at least the next 3 to 5 years, at least. It may be longer than that. Okay, so be ready for that. It's not a buyer's market, but if you want a house, you can make something happen right now. If you're selling your house, you can make something happen right now. So there it is. The whole 4-part series. Let me know what you think. All right, that will hopefully shed some light on, where we're going. Because everybody's worried the sky is falling. I'm talking to a lot of people about that. There's a lot of people saying, I'm not going to buy because of this. I'm not going to sell because of this. And if you don't want to buy or don't sell, that's fine. But I want you to not buy or not sell for the right reasons. All right, don't say, I'm not going to buy because the market's getting ready to collapse. I'll talk to you all day about that. That's wrong. That's flat out wrong. I don't know who you heard that from. I don't know who said that. They're wrong. Okay, and I'll show you data to show why it's wrong. And if they got data to show why they're right, I'll talk to them, and that's fine. But that's the news playing the news. Okay, I used to play the news, and the news likes to scare you, so you watch the news. Okay, the market's not getting ready to collapse. If you're selling, you can still sell for a decent price. Interest rates are not going to go up appreciably from here. At least that's the plan right now. We'll see what happens. Okay, so those are my predictions for the future. If you have any questions, if you want to add something to that, reach out, let me know. Give me a call, 470-233-4409. Phone numbers below. This is Steve. Y'all take care. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching the video today. If you want more information on what's going on in the real estate market, take a look at some of these videos over here that we've posted, keeping up with what buying, selling, things that are going on in the North Georgia market. But if you want to keep up with everything that we post to our YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel down there, bottom right. That way you won't miss out on anything.